All right, everybody, we're going to start by singing at number 850. Number 850, it's Father, I Adore You. Father, I adore you, and I lay my life before you. Oh, how I love you. Jesus, I adore you, and I lay my life before you. Oh, how I love you. Spirit, I adore you, and I lay my life before you. Oh, how I love you. All right, we're going to have our lesson now.
If you have your Bibles, go ahead and open with me to Luke chapter 18. Luke chapter 18. In Luke chapter 18, starting in verse 35, we're introduced to a man who we find out has been blind. And this man has begun making his living by being led by someone else out to a street corner where he begins begging for money to make a living. I don't know how long this man had been blind. He could have been blind since birth. But chances are this man had gone to that same spot and that same street corner every day for as long as he can remember, hoping that someone would show pity on him, show compassion on him enough where he would be able to get a little bit of money to make a living. But there was one day where his life changed. Because as he's sitting on that street corner, doing what he's done forever, he hears that there's this man that's coming by. And there's a commotion that begins to stir up about this man. He hears that it's Jesus coming by. And he's heard who Jesus was, and he knew what Jesus was capable of. He had heard stories of him. And so as he hears that Jesus is approaching, he begins calling out to Jesus. So much that there's a commotion building up in the town, and people are beginning to try to hush this man. Settle down. Settle down. Stop calling out to him. Stop yelling. Mind your own business. But this man wasn't stopped. He continued calling out to Jesus until he gains the attention of Jesus. And notice what happens. Luke chapter 18, let's start in verse 40. It says, "So Jesus stood still and commanded him to be brought to him. And when he had come near, he asked him, saying, 'What do you want me to do for you?' He said, 'Lord, that I may receive my sight.' Then Jesus said to him, 'Receive your sight. Your faith has made you well.'" Verse 43, "Immediately he received his sight and followed him, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God." See, this man had a problem. He was blind, and all he could do to make his living, to get by in life, was to beg for people to show compassion for him. And he saw a solution. And he stopped at nothing to gain the attention of Jesus so that he could have his problem fixed. You know, when I think about life, all of us face difficulties. And all of us face challenges. All of us go through rough situations in life, and some maybe go through more than others. But what I find interesting is that for a lot of people in the world, the solution when they face difficulty is to continue sitting there on that street corner hoping someone would feel compassion without doing anything about it. But here's the thing. In our lives, when we face those situations of challenges and difficulties, Jesus is always nearby, ready to listen if we're willing to call for help. I don't know what you're going through in life. I don't know what situations that you may be facing. But if you're struggling and you don't know where else to turn, don't wait a second longer to call out to Jesus, to seek after Jesus. By seeking after him and longing for a relationship with him, he's promised that he'll be with us to take care of us, and there's no doubt that our situation can improve. Tonight, I want you to think about your life. Do you need Jesus? Do you need help? Do you need assistance? Jesus can provide that help, but choose to turn to him. Tonight we offer the invitation so that we can have an opportunity to seek the help that we need. Maybe you need encouragement from your church family. Maybe you need people to just be there for you, to encourage you, to walk hand in hand with you and strengthen you and help you in this walk. That's what we're here for as your church family. God's design for the church was for us to be there for one another. But you have to let us know you need help. Maybe tonight you're not a child of God. Maybe you've never sought after him, and you've never turned your life over to him. But it's only through a relationship with him that we can have hope of salvation. Tonight, if you're hurting and you need help, or you don't have a relationship with Jesus, don't wait any longer to come to him. But come now as we stand and as we sing.
Just as I am without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come, just as I am, and waiting not to my soul of one dark blot, to thee whose blood can cleanse each spot, O Lamb of God, I come, just as I am, thy love unknown has broken every barrier down. Now to be thine, yea, thine alone, O Lamb of God, I come, Our closing